Hey, hello. You're stuck in traffic with Wolf Gorlick. A couple minutes riffing on IT and IT security. Today looking at techno validation. Sort of like pen testing, but sort of not. I'm back. I went on vacation. I went to Cuba. It was great. I'll talk about that maybe in some other videos. But the one thing you need to know, lots of border crossings. Who are you? Do you have anything to claim? And I think of like Oscar Wilde, right? Who Oscar was like, the only thing I have to claim is my own brilliance. I would not recommend that when entering Cuba. I do know a hacker who tried the whole like, do you know who I am? Trick going into another country. Didn't end well. No, don't do that. But the point is, when you cross a border, when you're at a check, right, you have to prove certain things. You have to attest to certain things, and those things are going to be checked. Now, tip for you is this. With your security program, you should have a list of controls, and you should be attesting those controls. And you need to be able to back up whether or not they're working. Usually, that's with technical validation. That's where technical validation comes in. And it's different from pen testing, which I'll tell you in just a minute. Don't rush me. So, what do I mean when I'm talking about technical control? I mean like, hey, is my Wi-Fi not running web? Is my file level permission set right? Are the ports locked down? Do I have network segmentation? Do I have the right access controls in my file system? On and on and on and on. Do I have encryption in my system? All those are technical controls. So, for the next 3 minutes, when I say door, insert technical control. Whichever one you're working on. I don't know what you're working on. I'm going to use a door because it's an easier example. Test number 1, do I even have the control in the first place? Right? Is there a door there? You may say that's kind of silly. But I can tell you, in my experience doing a lot of assessments, people think they have a control. And I go, really? Do you really? Is there really a door there? And we go, look. And I swear the door used to be there, but it's not anymore. So 1, do you have the control? 2, is it effective? I've got a door, but it's not locked. Not effective, right? I've got BitLocker, but the BitLocker code is the service tag on my laptop. Not effective, all right? 2 is, do you have the controls in an effective state that actually does the prevention you're assuming? Number 3 is, can it be circumvented, right? So I've got a locked door. It exists. It's effective. I look around and there's a window, and that window is open and unlocked. Not effective. Can be circumvented. So does it exist? Is it effective? Can it be circumvented? Number 4 is people in process, man. If someone's opening the door or jiggling it or testing your lock, did an alert go off? Is your detective controls working? Did your SOC recognize that? Did your SOC execute the runbook? And did the right people get notified, right? Did the police show up and surround you? The point there is, we know that detective controls are a must and that preventive controls will eventually fail. So you want to also check the people and process side of it to make sure that the control has been effectively operationalized. 4 ways of testing. Now you may say, Wolf, that technical validation sounds like pen testing. I'd say, yes, it does, because it's the same tactics. But wait, it's not. You're like, it is. I'm like, no, it is. No, here's why it isn't. It isn't because a good pen tester is going to go door to door to door to door to door till he finds a door he can get into. A good pen tester, when you got a network that's like so many of ours with lots of ways to get in and break, isn't going to find stuff right away. That's different than going systematically and checking each one of the controls you have to make sure they exist, they're effective, they can't be circumvented, and that they're operationalized. Checking those assertions is key to making sure that you really do have a security program that works, right? Checking those assertions so that if you say, I have nothing to claim but my brilliance, maybe give you an IQ test. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going with that. Hit me up in comments, social media. What do you think? Give me a good vacation story or some good examples of how to check controls. And I will catch you later. Cheers.